ውድ ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን ጥሪያችንን አክብራችሁ ስቴፕ አፕ አካዳሚ ስለተገኛችሁ እጅግ አድርገን እናመሰግናለን።
ይህ ፕሮግራም በእኛ ትምህርት ቤት እንዲሆን ፈቅዳችሁ እዚህ ስለመጣችሁ በትምህርት ቤቱና በራሴ ስም ማመስገን እወዳለሁ። ይህ ፕሮግራም ትልቁ ዓላማ ምንድነው? ለተማሪዎቹ አንደኛ ስፒች ኤቢሊቲያቸውን እንድታዳብሩ፣ አራቱ የቋንቋ ክህሎቶች አንደኛው ስፒኪንግ የስፒች ህይወታችን ሰዎችን ኮንቪንስ በማድረግ በማሳመን የእኛን አይዲያ እንዲከተሉ የማድረግ ብቃታችንን እንድናዳብር አንደኛው ከአራቱ ስኪሎች አንዱ የሆነውን የመናገር ክህሎትን እንድታዳብሩ ትልቅ እድል ስለሆነ አቅማችሁን አሟጣችሁ ችሎታችሁን እንድታዳብሩበት አንዱ መድረክ ስለሆነ በድጋሚ ያዘጋጁትን አካላት በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። ህጉን በመከተል አክብራችሁ ችሎታችሁን በደንብ ታሳዩ እንፈልጋለን። አሁን በድጋሚ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ።
በእናገራችሁ ደስ ብሎኛል ዛሬ እንደዚህ ስለተገናኘን። ምክንያቱም በኢንላይት ሚዲያ ኤንድ ኮሚኒኬሽን ከስቴፕ አፕ አካዳሚ ጋር በመተባበር ይሄንን ሞቲቬሽናል ስፒች ኮምፒቲሽን ስናዘጋጅ እጅግ በጣም ደስ እያለ መሆኑን መግለጽ እፈልጋለሁ። ስለተሰጠኝ እድል አመሰግናለሁ። መልካም ቆይታ ለሁላችሁ እመኛለሁ።
እሺ፣ አመሰግናለሁ። በመቀጠል ከኢንላይት ሚዲያ ጋር በመተባበር በትምህርታችን ስቴፕ አፕ አካዳሚ ይህን የመሰለ ውድድር ስላዘጋጀ በደንብ ስም በትምህርት ቤቱም ስም ማመስገን እፈልጋለሁ። እንደዚህ አይነት መድረኮች የታሰቡትን ነገር በደንብ ለመግለጽ የራሳችሁን ሆናችሁን ለማዳበር እንዲሁም ወደፊት የታሰቡትን ነገር ፕላን ሆናችሁ እንድታደርጉ ይጠቅማልና ትልቅ መድረክ ነው። የዚህ መድረክ አካል በመሆኔ በግልግል በትምህርት ቤቱ ስም ላመሰግን እወዳለሁ።
ሁላችሁም ተማሪዎች ያላችሁ ራሳችሁ የሆናችሁ ስለ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችሁ መግለጽ ብቻ ነው። ከዚህ በኋላ እንግዲህ ፕሮግራማችን ስለሚጀምር ሁለቱን ረድፍ እባካችሁ የተመረቃችሁ ለውድድር 10 ተማሪዎች ብትይዙልን ደስ ይለናል።
Well, I'm going to answer the first question is, well, I think the past of Ethiopia is very glorious. Everybody criticizes us, but we learn from all criticisms. Ethiopia is a growth mindset country. Also, she's our mother, and she supplies us with everything. And I think Ethiopia's past was glorious since we had brave men and we worked each other. Everybody was full of respect. So in Ethiopia, like they didn't care about money. They cared about togetherness. So I think the past is glorious and the future is also the same. Everybody helps everyone, so everybody knows each other. It's like they know it, but they don't know the person. But as inside they know him, but we all help each other no matter who it is. We help it. He's our brother or sister. We all come from the same land. So in a way, they are brother or sister. So I think that the past and the future is great about Ethiopia. And the second question is, I think the challenges of Ethiopia is that people just stop facing challenges and like they're backing up. Instead of facing it head on, they abandon the challenge. So I think that if in the past Ethiopians were brave and they would go to the challenge head on, they didn't care what it was or who it is. So I think that the challenge is bigger than the challenge itself. So I think we should make facing challenges more current in Ethiopia, and I think that's the challenge we all have to face. And the third, well, I think the hope of Ethiopia is that people are helping each other more, and like they're helping poor that has no homes into great homes. People who are poor are starting to be rich because of the love and kindness of people, and I think that's the bigger hope that we all need. The third question I'm going to answer for you is, I think like the current situation of Like we're gonna change this by helping each other and being dependent on the other. That means we all have togetherness, respect, and peace. And that's my answer. Thanks for listening to me.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ramin. I'm an 8th grader from Step Up Academy. Today, I'll be answering some of the questions. The first question is, how do you see the past and the current scenario about Ethiopia? Ethiopia had a rich history and past, and in the past, we were known as one of the most technologically advanced countries and one of the best ones. We had fierce military power. We were known as just one of the strongest countries too. We had also a history of not backing down no matter what came in our way. But as of currently, people have started more backing down, and instead of like having unity, being divided and staying to themselves and like not socializing with each other and just staying alone, which I believe is one of the things that has made the present a bit less good than the past. Number two, what are the challenges and hope about the country? The challenges of the country, I'd say there are two main challenges, which are the fear of change and the fear of challenges, which people have the right to be afraid, but with every right comes a responsibility. And with the right of being afraid comes the responsibility of overcoming that fear. And with the fear of change, if we can overcome the fear of change, we can accept all changes, see what's good for us and see what's bad for us, and then just evolve the country. Ethiopia isn't just the place, Ethiopia is the people too. So if the people accept the change, if they're willing to grow, Ethiopia will most definitely grow. As for the fear of challenges, people, when they see like extremely high challenges that seem difficult, they just tend to back down, especially nowadays. But like back in the days, especially during the Adwa time, war against Italy seemed impossible, but we won against all odds, which like we didn't back down no matter how impossible it seemed. The people nowadays, we have a tendency to back down more, which I believe can be worked on to be like improved, and we can face challenges no matter what. How do you think all these situations can be changed and it will come true? I believe that if all of us could just work together, have unity, overcome these two fears I've talked about, and just do our best to strive, we can grow. And I have a dream that Ethiopia, instead of people from Ethiopia leaving the country to like European countries, American countries, and making those countries grow because they see that there are better medication, better education, better jobs there. I want people from other countries to see Ethiopia and come to Ethiopia and see that we have something better and make our country grow. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. and students and all the guests here. My name is Sharon Nabiyu. I'm a grade 8 student of Step Up Academy. First, I'm going to tell you the questions and I'm going to tell you the answer with a motivational way. The first question is, how do you see the past and the current situation about Ethiopia? Second question is, what are the challenges and hope about the country? And the third question is, how do you think all the situation can be changed in the dream can control? So Ethiopia was a strong, loving, like respected country, and is and will always will be that kind of country. All the citizens of Ethiopia love the country. Ethiopia is also love. Ethiopia itself is respect. It is unitedness. And the current scenario about Ethiopia is good. It's a little bit of like not unitedness, but will always be united. And the other thing is, what are the challenge and hope about the country? A country may face any kind of challenges or highs and lows or ups and downs, but if we stay united or we stay together, brotherhood and friendship, I think we will face the challenges and all our fear will come down and we will stand up first. And the other thing is, my hope about the country is the unitedness will continue, the brothership and the friendship is going to continue, because that's our strength, that's our love, and that's what gives us respect. So I hope this will continue.
Good morning, teachers and students. My name is Navidan. I'm a grade student of Step Up Academy. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the 3 questions that I'm going to be asked by Enlight Media and Communication. The first question is, how do you see the past and the current scenario about Ethiopia? So the past, Ethiopia actually has a rich history, and it was the first country in East Africa to accept Christianity. It's the country to make African Union. It never backs down. It has never been colonized. It's the only country in Africa never to be colonized before. But when we come back to our current scenario, Ethiopia has ups and downs like other countries. Many countries have ups and downs before they become good. So I believe that even if these ups and downs come, if people are united and they stay together, I believe that as a citizen of this country, we all should do our best to make this country a better country. And what are the challenges and hopes for this country? So the challenges, we're very much economically unstable right now, but I think, as I said earlier, that if we work together and we have togetherness, we love each other, like even if we don't do it as the past, if we can give some spare time for love and peace and togetherness, I believe that we can overcome these challenges in our country. And I believe that this country has many hopes. I believe that it's a country of potential, and it has very much big dreams. And I have a dream that this country will one day be bigger than all countries, and it will be economically stable, no wars, everybody's together, and we're all Ethiopian at the end of the day. Thank you for listening.
My name is Sima. I'm a grade student of Step Up Academy, and today I'll be telling you a motivational speech, which are given based on the subject. First question is, how do you see the past in the current scenario about Ethiopia? The past scenario about Ethiopia, it was like really good. We were rich. We used to have the love and affection. We really used to help each other. The current is, we still are rich. We still help each other, but not as the past. And the current, everyone right now sees each other disability instead of their abilities. And the second question is the challenges and the hopes. The challenges are like nobody's helping each other, even if they know them or if they don't know them. Despite everything, they're not gonna help each other because one's gonna think they're achieving and the other's is gonna also have the same idea. And instead of like going to their ability or instead of going to their inspirational moment, everyone's gonna be stuck to their disabilities, and that's the challenge. And the hopes are we still can be a better people in our countries. We still can fulfill our dreams. We still can be rich of resources, but we just have to work for it. And the last question is, how do you think all these situations can be true and a dream can come true? We can make these situations. We can change them by just performing or making it by action. Because everybody's just speaking. They're gonna say Ethiopia's gonna be this country, Ethiopia's gonna be that country, but they're not gonna work for it. And we really have to, so we can change the country. And a dream can come true when we just work for it. We just don't have to speak. We have to be motivational, and we really have to help each other. And I know this dream will come true.
Okay, so thank you for giving me this chance. My name is Rhoda Stana. I came from grade 7. I'm from Step Up Academy. Now I'm going to answer the questions Mr. Ephraim gave us. So the first question is, how do you see the past and the current scenario of Ethiopia? I think the past of Ethiopia was a good and respected country because Ethiopia had good leaders. It was never colonized. It had rich resources, and a lot of people came here to do whatever they want. So I know Ethiopia was a respected country. It had good leaders. It's the one that made African Union. So it's united Africa. That's the thing I think about the past. And about the current, I think Ethiopia is still a good country. I think it's still capable, but I don't think we're using it properly. We have the power. We are capable of doing more than this, but we're not doing it properly. We have more. We're not limited. We can do more than this, and I think we have more power to do this. So I don't think it's enough where we are. The second question is, what are the challenges and hope about Ethiopia? Obviously every single country has challenges. Not every life is smooth. So I think the challenges are that we should work together.
That's one of the challenges. We shouldn't be apart. We should be in a group. We shouldn't be alone. And my hope for my country is that we'll be a good and a high standard country where all people come to learn and to get our resources. The third question is, how do you think all these situations can be changed and dream can come true? I think these situations can be changed by us all working together. I think my dream will come true, and my dream is for Ethiopia to be a high standard country and to be a developed country. Thank you for that.
Good morning, students and teachers. My name is Venecasin. I'm from grade 7 students. I'm from Step Up Academy. I'm going to answer the questions about the motivational speech. The first one, how do you see the past and the current scenario about Ethiopia? The second one is, what are the challenges and how about the country? How do you think? The third one is, how do you think all the situation can be changed and dream come true? The first one, how do you see? I see the past was better than now because there was like full of love, full of respect, and respect. There was full of togetherness, and we help for each others. But now we don't care about any people. Only we care about ourselves, and we care about all our money. We care about all our money. And there's no togetherness. The second one is, what are the changes and challenges and hope about the country? There were all people face challenge. Ethiopia faces challenge, and if we be togetherness, if we have a togetherness, we can change it. The third one is, how do you think all this situation can be changed and a dream come true? If we work hard and if we focus on our goal, we can achieve it.
First, how do you see the past and the current scenario about Ethiopia? The past, we were very rich and graceful, and we were very respected by other countries. But now, in the current time, we may go other countries and visit. We have the mind that change other countries, even not Ethiopia. But now we are not using it. When we are asked, we will just give a reason. So we don't have to just give a reason. We have to invest in our country. There are different scientists, Ethiopian scientists from the whole world, but they're not investing in their country. Let's see the satellites that are in the space. There is no just 2 or 1. So we have to invest in our country. The second question is, what are the challenges and hope about the country? There are so many highs and lows in life, and we just want to reach the success by 1 or 2 days, but we don't think about the challenge that we will meet. And the hope, as we hope that our country will change and we will have success. But right now, there is a battle, and brother will kill the brother. Why? We have to stop this. So we don't mind. We don't use our mind for thinking or for investing in our country. We just use it for fight or battle. The third question says, how do you think all these situations can be changed and a dream come true? All situations have to be changed, and this generation have to learn briefly, and we don't have to think about a mercy. And the last thing I want to say, we have to be united together. We have to respect our country and ourselves. If we don't respect ourselves, how other countries will respect us?
በነበረው የኮምፒቲሽን በጣም ጥሩ ነገር እንደነበረ ማየት ችለናል። ከእድሜያችሁ አንጻር፣ ከትምህርት ደረጃችሁ አንጻር ማወቅ ከምትፈልጉትና በውስጣችሁ ካለው ይሄንን ስኪል የማዳበር ፍላጎት አንጻር በጣም የሚበረታቱ ውጤቶችን አግኝተናል። ወደ ሁለተኛው ዙር የሚያልፉ ተማሪዎችን ካወቅን በኋላ እነዚህ ተማሪዎች ሰርፕራይዝ ጥያቄ ይኖራቸዋል ወይም የተሰጣቸው ማለት ነው። ይሄንን ጥያቄ በመመለስ የትምህርት ቤቱን 3 ቤስት ሞቲቬሽናል ስፒከርስ አዋርድ አድርገን እንለያያለን ማለት ነው።
I'm going to present you to the power of word. A word is like our bullet. We have like a word can change a person's thought or feeling. For example, like I might say something bad about a person or say good about that person. Those two really matter because if I say bad thing, the whole person just like really goes into a negative mood. So and 95% that he believes what I said, and like that I would just be ruining his day. So that means I used my bullet in an ineffective way and in a way that I killed him. But if I use him like telling him that he's great, he's awesome, you can do this, you can do that, I'm inspiring him. So I'm like, instead of destroying him, I'm giving him a very big hope. So I think our power of word is very powerful. Thanks for listening. Well, I think that when we think something that when we imagine it, so when we imagine it like we're making a plan, every thought has its own meaning. I may like think about being a pilot the next day, and then the other day I'll develop the plan. So I think when you have a thought, you have to first get the plan and the goal first. So
let me ask you one question this way. You know what, like most of us, like even the students, even your colleagues, your classmates, sometimes they may find themselves like depressed and having a good, a bad attitude, like for the environment around them, even for themselves, right? So do you think that is good for them? So how can you change that?
Well, I think that they should like develop inside themselves some inner peace and go to a very good environment. If they're in a bad environment, instead of listening to people's negative criticism, they should open their mind and learn from that criticism and go into a nice environment from themselves. The outside may be a chaotic garden, but inside you can inspire yourself to be bigger than that.
Come on.
Okay. Yes. So I'll start with the power of words. The power of words isn't just limited to what we say in day-to-day conversations. The power of words is just entirely the power that language holds as a communication tool. The power of word is encompassed and used by, for example, let's say, books, poems, day-to-day conversations too. The power of word can build or uplift someone, and you can like bring down someone too. Using words negatively is just like from heat comes fire and from fire comes heat, and just in that way, if you spread something negative into the world is going to be negative, like step by step. But if you spread something positive, that positivity is going to spread. It's not just going to stay in that person and end with that person. He's going to spread it to another person, and so on and so on. So the power of word is the power that one holds through their speech, through their writing, to inspire, to uplift someone, to make a change, to just do something. And words aren't just like simple things. Words, they're a combination of sounds really, when you think about them. But those combinations of sounds can make someone feel good, they can ruin their day, they can make their day, they can inspire them. So I think the power of word is really useful, and if we know how to use it properly, we can make a better world for us, for the future. And yeah, the power of thoughts. Thoughts are really like, I've already talked about the strength of the power of words, but without thinking something, you can't really say it. It won't have meaning if you don't think about it before you say it. Think before you act. So the power of thoughts in itself is a catalyst for the power of words. So it's really useful as in the power of words would have no meaning if the power of thoughts didn't exist. The power of thoughts, there are like negative thoughts, there are positive thoughts. What you tell yourself and others isn't just the power of words, it's also the power of thoughts. You think, I'm not beautiful, you're not going to be beautiful. You think, I'm beautiful, you're going to be beautiful. It's your thoughts that affect your day because you're going to be based on those thoughts. So thinking positive thoughts, 90% of the time you're going to have a good day, positive day. But you think negative thoughts, you're always complaining, you'll get a bad day. You won't, like, there are lots of things to complain about in life, but instead of just complaining about them, we should just see the good things. It's not about it's not about really like making the world perfect. Nothing is perfect. It's just like leaving it a bit better than it already was.
Go ahead.
So today I'm going to tell you guys about the second question, which is the power of words. So, as Mr. said, words are comparable with words. So if you use them properly, you can make someone's day. If you use them wrongly, then you can also make that person's day bad. So there are two things that come in this scenario. If someone tells us something and what we tell someone. For example, if someone tells us that, for example, let's say I tell my friend, I'm going to start a company. You shouldn't actually tell them that. You should show them the fruit of that company. You should show them the end result, because if you tell them, they might not think it in a bad way, but then they may not think it in a bad way, but they're actually telling you, they're discouraging you. They have their own ideas. For example, they might tell, no, to start a company you have to do this. So you shouldn't tell them that. You should show them the fruit of that company. And the second one is you should never speak bad things to other people. As I told you, there's water and fire in words. You can either choose to tell someone and make their day. You can also either choose to tell someone something and make their day bad. So I want to say that language is a very strong key to life and success, and it can also ruin our life at the same time. So if I tell someone that they look pretty today, and if I tell someone that their dress doesn't look good today, it will, at 90% chance that their day won't go good, just because of that word. Just because of that word, that can ruin their day. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that you shouldn't ever tell someone a bad thing about their life or a bad thing about what they're doing, because at the end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. If you tell someone they did something good, if you tell someone they did something good, you're gonna make their day. If you tell them they did something bad, you're gonna make their day worse. And that's all up to you. Thank you for listening. In my opinion, I think that if you don't have thoughts, you can't actually make words. So thoughts are very, very powerful. Actually, if you start thinking something and you don't actually practice it in real life, it doesn't actually make any sense. So if you have to think something, but at the same time you have to make the fruit of that thinking. So if you want to make a word, or if you want to say something, you have to think it first. And what you think might be positive or negative. As I said, there's water and fire in thinking. There's also water and fire in words. So if you want to think something, you should probably think positive. If you tell yourself you can't do this, I'm telling you, you can't do it. But if you tell someone, but at the same time, if you tell yourself that you can do something, then you can do it, because you already made yourself believe that you can do it. So what I'm trying to say is that if you believe something in your mind, then I'm telling you it will happen. Because if your mind believes it, then no one else can stop you. You have to think you have to do what you say, and you have to say what you think. Thank you for listening.
First, a power of a word is it has two impacts, a positive and negative. For example, if I found someone, or if I found my friend, she's wearing a brand new clothes, but I don't like it, and I say, oh, I hate your clothes, it's kind of dog food. And 90% she will change her mind. Yeah, it's a dog food. I don't have to wear this clothes. Oh, and she will change it. So this is the one impact of the negative impact of a power of word. The positive is a positive word can lift up someone, or it can change a negative view to a positive. For example, if I have an old car and I need the money and I have to sell that car, and it's very old, so no one would buy me. But if I start talking, or if I start saying good things about the car, that different people will come and buy the car. And oh, is it true? Oh, and 90% of their view would change into positive way to that old car. So I lift up someone. For example, if someone is in a debt and
someone thinks that he or she cannot repay their debt, and I say, you can work this, so you can do this. Oh, it's very good. Oh, you can work this and repay your debt. They will lift up, and they will think in a positive view, and they start a business or something to repay their debt. But about if I say the negative things, you can't repay, it's too much. Even if you work till forever, you may not repay your debt. Oh, they work. If you work till this, you can't repay the debt. Oh, they think that this, I can't repay. So I have to tell them I have to get another debt. So positive and negative impacts. Oh, there are negative and positive impacts of words. So we have to use the positive one to change the world.
And the second question is about the thought. So the negative and the positive. What part do you have in your life or this?
First, we need power of word and the power of thought have similar things. When we talk or when we say something, we have to think. When we walk or when we drink something, we have to think. I'm allergic to it. Does I have to say it like that? First, we have to thought. But in our thought or in our mind, we have to think something good or positive. Otherwise, we may break someone's heart, or we may add a negative clue in their mind. So I think if I think a positive thing, my life will be positive. And if I think negative thing, I always think a negative thought. So, for example, if my friend tells me a plan to do something, oh, you have to do this. Oh, it's great. Oh, you will have too much profit in this work. Oh, and they will think, or they will have a positive thought in their mind. What about if I take negative thing? No, you have to work something lower. You have to get a capital. You have to be in a debt. This work is so bad. Oh, it's stinky. Oh, they think a bad thing. So I thought a negative thought, and I send my negative thought to their mind also. So at that time, they don't think about the fruit or the future of the thought. There is so many highs and lows in life. We know that there is so many challenges in our life. We don't have to tell the challenge only. We have to tell the fruit and what we will get or what we will regret after we pass those challenges.
Okay, so first of all, thank you again for this chance. First, let me tell you about the power of words. Words have a powerful impact on every individual because words have the power to heal or hurt. They have the power to manipulate you or to give you courage. They have the power to create you or to destroy you. Words can be very useful throughout life. Like words can be used for a very lot of things in positive ways. If we say like if I tell one person like I believe in you or you can do it, that can influence a positive influence that can put a positive influence inside their mind, and like they're gonna believe they can do it, and they're gonna have more confidence than they had before. Words can be used to express love and affection. Like if I tell someone I love them and like they feel it, so they're gonna be like they're gonna have more moral thinking than they have before. And at the same time, words also have a negative impact on individuals. Like if I tell somebody that their outfit looks bad, they're 90% gonna think that looks bad, because when they got out of the house, they said like that this outfit good looks on me, and people are gonna tell me positive things. And then when I tell them like this look bad in you, they're gonna think like why. They're gonna have so much doubt in themselves. But if I tell them positive things, the flower inside them will flourish. Like they would grow, and they would think like I'm good enough for this person. So words have the power like to create you. Words are the one who like build you. Because books, when you write books or when you read books, they are written by words. Lectures, they are words. Poems or quotes, they are also words. Words are very useful throughout the world because every individual needs them to communicate. So the power of thought is like the same as my friend Nabil explained. Like it's like using fire and water on someone because you can't speak without thinking, and when you think you have a thought. Or like if I tell my friend her outfit look good, it's gonna be like based on my thought. If I didn't think that, if I didn't have that thought, it's not gonna, like I'm not gonna put it on my words. So first of all, we need thoughts before we speak, and words are like fire and ice, or they can be like hell and heaven. Because when you tell bad thing to a person, or when you think that, like if I, 2 days before we took model tests, and then if I like had the thought of myself saying that I'm gonna fail this, I'm definitely gonna fail, because like I already put that thought in my head. But if I said, oh my God, I'm gonna get this good, or if I said that I'm gonna like get good results, I probably will, because like I like have that thought in my head first of all when I speak. And so power of thoughts, like it's so powerful, and we have to like use it very carefully so we don't have to mess up with people. Thank you.
Good, okay. So we know when we speak something, it can either take it to the good side or to the bad side. So when we say something nice, we'll be happy. We can take them to a nice way. But if we say something bad to them, we might discourage them, or we might make them think in another way, and which is not good for them either mentally or the way they think. So if we speak, the better we speak, the better their day is. So yeah.
Yeah, for you guys. Just to make it clear, like what impact or what effect that words that you are having, like for example, if you talk negative or positive, does it have any impact?
Yeah, like if you say something nice, let's say if I said something nice to a person, in their mind they're gonna say, wow, she said something nice, my day is gonna be good. They're gonna think something positive. But if you're saying something negative, it's gonna impact the way they think. They're not gonna think good things. They're not gonna be happy the way they are. So if you say something positive, it will change their day and make it good. But if you say something negative, it will change their day and make it bad.
That is cool, amazing. Thank you. So I was just telling to those of the other students about this thought. You see, what you see the outside world is already fabricated in our mind, right? So what do you think the effect have? Like if you've got like negative thought, or if you've got like positive thought, what is the power of thought for you? Like what impact do we have like in your life or environment?
Okay. So thoughts and words have actually some things that are the same, some things that are different. Words are something that you say outside, out of your mouth, that it can hurt other people. But thoughts are the ones that are in your head and only hurt yourself, because it doesn't get out of your head. But you should think it through before you say it, because if you think something positive, it's gonna the thing you're gonna say is gonna make the other person's positive. If you think something positive, it's not only affecting you, but it's gonna make the other people around you. It's gonna make their day good. It's gonna make their day bright, and it's gonna make their day happy.
Everyone እንዳያችሁት like በጣም የሚገራርሙ ተማሪዎች ናቸው እዚህ ስቴፕ አፕ አካዳሚ የተገኙት። ወላጆችም ጥሪያችንን አክብራችሁ ስለመጣችሁ እጅግ አድርገን እናመሰግናለን። እነዚህ ልጆች ማለት ግዴታ 3 ተማሪ መመረጥ ስላለበት ነው እንጂ 10ሩም በጣም የሚገራርም አይነት ነገር ነው ያሳዩን። አንድ ጊዜ እጃችሁን አጨብጭቡላቸው። ውጤት የሰጠንበት አንግል አንደኛ እንዴት ነው ነገሮችን ኤክስፕሌን የሚያደርጉት፣ ሁለተኛ አውት ኦፍ ቶፒክ ናቸው ወይንስ አይደሉም የሚለው ነው። ሶስተኛ ደግሞ እንዴት ነው ነገሮችን ኤክስፕሌን የሚያደርጉት፣ የሚጠቀሙት ኤግዛምፕሎች ማተር ያደርጋሉ። ከሶስቱ አንግሎች ነው ዳኞች እዚህ ጋር ኮምፒተንቶችን ኮምፒውት አስደርገዋቸው ያው አሸናፊም ተሸናፊም ያለው ማለት ነው። በዛ አማካኝነት ነው
ውጤት ዳኞች እየሰሩ ነው።
እሺ ታዳሚዎቻችን እንዲሁም ተወዳዳሪዎቻችን እንግዲህ የነበረውን ፍትጊያ እያያችሁት ነው። ምንም የሚደበቅ አልነበረም። በዳኞች መካከል የተደረገው ብዙ አከራካሪ ነገሮች ነበሩ። እንግዲህ የሚጀምረው ከሶስተኛው ጀምራለሁ። ሶስተኛ የወጣው እሺ አርሴማ እና ራሚ አርሴማና ራሚ በተመሳሳይ ነጥብ 96 ነጥብ በማምጣት ከአንደኛውና ከሁለተኛው ብዙም የተራራቀ ነጥብ አይደለም። ይሄ ደግሞ የሚያሳየው ጠንካራነታችሁን ነው የሚያሳየው። ነገር ግን ከዚህ የበለጠ ብዙ መጠንከር እንደሚጠበቅባችሁ የሚያሳይ ነው ማለት ነው። ብዙ መስራት ይጠበቅባችኋል። አይዲያ ማምጣት አለባችሁ። ኔክስት ላይ ከኛ የሰጣችሁ አይዲያ ከራሳችሁ ነው የምታመጡትና መጠንከር አለባችሁ ማለት ነው። ቀጣዩ ሁለተኛ ወደ ወጣችሁ ሄዳለሁ። ሁለተኛ ወጣ ሮዳስ አንደኛ የወጣው ነብዩ በመጨረሻም እንኳን ደስ ያላችሁ። በጣም መጠንከር አለባችሁ። ታንክ ዩ